Hey all, it's Brad from Orders from Headquarters. How y'all doing today? Man, what a gloomy day today. First, while I'm at work, the sun's out for a little bit and then the clouds would come in. I'm thinking, oh, okay, we're going to get rain. I get out of work, sun's out. I'm thinking, oh great, I'll make it home. Before I get home, this black cloud just covers over it. While I'm on the phone with my wife, next thing she's telling me the black flies are out. I'm like, oh no, that ain't good. I really hate black fly season. They're horrible around here. They will carry you off. They're so big, they'd be like jets coming down and just swooping you. Next thing you know, you'll see old poor me just going across the sky. Anyway. What? You want another outdoor project? What do you want? You want some what? Some whales? What are you going to do with whales? Okay. So, my wife apparently wants some wall art made for outside of a whale. I don't know. We'll get to it, see what happens. Let's give her a whirl. So I found the perfect whiteboard to make Moby Dick. That's what I think I'm gonna call it. Moby Dick. It is about 16 inches long, and I found a really good piece of barn board. Figured, she tapers down, but I'm gonna put the head of the whale up toward the top and the tail coming this way. I don't know, because she's a little tapered, but we'll see what happens. Stand by. So my whiteboard is 13 3/4 after I make this cut, because there's a bunch of old caulking on the bottom of it that I really don't want to leave there because it's just nasty looking. I want to get rid of it. I don't know what's on it, but it's going to go away. And then the second board, I'm going to cut to length once I get this one cut. So let me get this one cut first and we'll go from there. Cut number one. So, like I said, I believe she's 13 3/4. So let's give her a measure. Make sure. $13, yeah, 3/4. That'll work. So we'll get rid of this board because we no longer need it. Put it out in my scrap pile. I'll take care of that later. Now, for my barn board. Which side? This side. Apparently this board used to be an old shiplap board. I don't know where it was from, what it was, but it happened to be in my possession at the moment. So I'm gonna make this board just a hair longer than it. So I'm probably gonna mark it right about where right before this knot. If you can see it, there's a knot right there. It's where I'm gonna cut it. I'm not really gonna mark it because I want it to kind of just be just different. I'm not gonna size it up. I'm not gonna square it up, in other words. I'm just gonna go with what the size it gives me. Nasty little knot. I knew I should have cut a little further, but it hit the bottom of that knot. Now I gotta trim that up. So the board not being perfectly straight, I'm all good with. But it goes from a nice square edge and it goes whoop, straight up. Whoop. I'm like, wow, that ought to be funny. We'll make that the tail end, I think. And then Moby will be sitting on here about like that. Maybe I ought to take a little, no. I like that. We'll go with that. So, with that being said, now I got to do some drawing. So stand by. So, I'm back. I got to draw this thing out. I'm close to my bandsaw. I might as well get her all done at once. Do the head, little lip, come around, make the tail. Okay, right about there. All right, so now that I have There's the backer board. I just had it underneath. Grab both of them at the same time. Something on the bottom of this board though. It's sticking up. Stand by. I gotta get that out. I don't want to run it through myself. So I'm back. I took out that piece that was in there. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this. I'll go something similar to that. Or maybe like that. I don't know. Haven't said it. I don't really like the... Let's see. I think we ought to put a little nick where the mouth is, though. So there's that part. Now I need to get some sandpaper. As you can see here. So now I think I'm gonna get some sandpaper, sand this up, give her a little bit of paint, call it good. Put it on the base. We'll see. So I got my sandpaper. I'm doing a little sanding. I got a little 320. When you go at it, just kind of smooth out that side that's up. Get the burrs off of it from my new bandsaw. This thing cuts pretty smooth though. I'm pretty impressed with it for catching it on sale. But you can cut these with anything. You can cut it with a coping saw, you can cut it with a hand saw, you can cut it with a circular saw. Not that hard. No time. Just happen to have one. Like I said before, I'm glad I got all my tools. I need all of them I got. Makes life a whole lot easier when you have the right tools for the right job. Speaking of which, not sponsored by anybody in these videos, so I like to put that out there. I do this for fun. Trying anyway. Eventually. Get there one day. But I'm going to have fun till I get that, I can tell you that much. And I hope you are too. And if you are, like and subscribe. Well, I can obviously see this whale is going to need an eye. And there's really, I got a good way to do that. I like using I got these plug cutters, bits. Well, I got a few old ones that are junk because they don't cut very good anymore. I know I could probably sharpen them, but I just buy a new one. They're cheap enough. And I use the old ones. I use them like little center punches. And I'll half circle the eye. So all you have to do is put the dot with you hit it with the hammer and it'll leave a little dot where you want it. And all you do is fill in with the paint. Works pretty good. And it works good on like I do like a lot of regular fish. I did like a whole carp for just out of wood, just for fun. I took a nail and I made all the scales. It was just neat how the different things you can just use, you'd hit into the board and make different marks. I mean, I've seen people use screws. I've seen them use screwdrivers. Everything. You got to be creative. When you're out there working, be creative. Let your wild side out. I do. Sometimes my wife says it's too wild, so I got to tame it down a bit every now and then. But I like to draw. I like to make different things on the fly. I don't like to be set by a set of rules. I like to just go out and make something. I don't want to follow somebody else's pattern most of the time. I might get an idea off of Etsy and look at it and go, I can do that. I don't put my own spin on it. Make it better. I like doing things like that. It's kind of fun. And I encourage you guys to go out and do it. Live your dream, man. If you're in your shop, enjoy it. This is my recovery. This is what I do to recover from a stressful day at work. I'll come in here and I'll bang stuff out in my shop, even though it's basically the same job. I go to work and I sand all day. Lo and behold, someone's got to do it, and some days are better than others. But most of the time I just sit and listen to music, so it's kind of weird sitting in my shop not having my music on. I normally am sitting here and I'm jamming out to something. I don't know. I like country, I like rock, I like it all. But I mean, sometimes you catch me listening to classical music. Just depends on the mood I'm in. But in here, I ain't playing it because we're with you, and I don't want to offend anybody one way or the other. If they don't like my music, I don't really play it in here. So I usually listen to it on my headphones at work because I have them built in to the muffs that I wear. And after a day of wearing earmuffs, the last thing I want to do is come to my shop and wear earmuffs. I really don't. The only time I really wear them is if I have my grandkids and they're in the shop with me. I'll wear them just to say, hey, you guys need to wear earplugs. Paul wears them. You should too. And, you know, get your kids interested in this stuff. You got to teach them young. I've got my boys out. I had them making cutting boards last year, and they loved it. They absolutely had a ball. And we made snowman. We were going to do a craft fair. The cutting board sold. Snowmen didn't. But I bought every one of them. I bought every one of them snowmen. I bought them $1 a piece. I bought all 12 of them. It was priceless. The look on their face when they got money after that craft fair. I'm like, yeah, you boys helped me out a lot. They did. They helped me do a lot of sanding. I enjoyed that. They helped me out a ton, and I appreciate it. Thank you, Evan and Liam. You guys are great help. I appreciate you and love you. Anyway, I gotta get back to this project. So, as you see here, I have a plug bit. I told you I was going to use that to make the eyes. Right here, I'm going to make this eye right about there. I'm going to make sure that the plug part that you would usually, it has like a V notch in it. I'm going to put that toward the back side so it gives you that little shine. Cut a hit a couple times. Y'all see that? I'll bring the camera down, maybe get a closer look that way. Stand by. I forgot I got to attach that whale to the board. Got ahead of myself. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some glue, put it on this thing. Get it where I want it. Well, it's a scrap board I just got to dab that glue on. Ooh, not good. That way. That's how I want it. Now I'm going to put some nails in her. Like such. Got a little glue there, don't want that there. And there we go. That'll look pretty good on somebody's wall. I got to put some hangers on it. Go old school, just use an old coat hanger. Put it on both sides, stick it into that. I'm glad it's got that little shiplap lip on it. I can drill down into it. Just poke that and glue it in, or staple it in, one or the other. Either way it'll work. So, you folks have a great Memorial Day weekend. I will catch you later. This is Brad from Orders at Headquarters. Have a great day. So, if you like this video, like and subscribe. I'd appreciate it a lot. Like I said, bring the kids out, get them to work, have fun out in the shop, man. Get them out there and let them make sawdust. Let them have fun. Let them use the saws. Let them use hammers. I let my grandson sit here and beat nails till he's blue in the face. He can do it all he wants. I don't care. If you waste a whole bucket of them, I'll pull them back out. You don't hit them that far in the board right now, but by the time he gets older, you know he will. I just hope he ain't doing it in his mom's house when she ain't there, because I'll be in trouble. And then she'll blame me again. Don't need that, because I can remember when my boys, when they were little, they took the hammer and we were in a rental house at the time, and whoo, they drove all the trim with the hammer marks all over it. I had to replace all the trim in that house. I was like, oh man, this ain't good. But anyway, like I said, like and subscribe. I hope y'all are having a great day. I want to throw out a shout out to the vets and those that gave their life on this Memorial Day. Get out there and, visit. You vets all get together. Let's have some fun. All right? Semper Fi.